Can the Guardians and the X-Men stop 3 different threats while separated? Welcome to the Complete Story Series. We take trade paperbacks and single issues, we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then reread it dramatically back to you. All alterations to the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. This is part 2 to our Black Vortex story, which brings the all-new X-Men, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the regular X-Men together in an adventure that bridges what's happening to all of them right now in all new, all different Marvel. Welcome to part 2. When we last left off, a cosmic device that grants infinite power known as the Black Vortex had been discovered by Star-Lord and Kitty Pryde. They got all of their friends to come and help them dispose of it, but Gamora, Angel, and Beast stepped into it, becoming cosmic beings. The Black Vortex was then stolen by the Kree, and the 3 cosmic beings went to Hala, the homeworld of the Kree, to get it back, by destroying the homeworld. And while they do that, Beast is attempting to rebuild a replica of space and time using his new knowledge, in hopes of discovering what he broke and how to fix it. Star-Lord and a good chunk of his friends all went to Hala to stop this, and while this was going on, Spartox fell under attack from an ancient being, one that was being affected by the Black Vortex when it was invented. With it, death and destruction were all over the planet. Kitty Pryde took some of her own people down to save the people of Spartox. And lastly, Mr. Knife, also known as Star-Lord's father, Jason, the former king of Spartox, is looking for the Black Vortex himself, and he's trying to kill Star-Lord and his friends. So Cyclops, Groot, and Iceman all went down to distract him. But at the start of our part 2, they've already failed, as Mr. Knife's Slaughter Lords have already knocked all 3 of them unconscious and taken them prisoner. So let's follow Star-Lord to Hala to stop the cosmic beings from destroying the Kree homeworld. The fight between Gamora, Beast, Angel, and the Accuser Corps is interrupted by Captain Marvel, Nova, and Drax coming to their rescue, while Star-Lord, Storm, and Jean all go down to speak with the Supreme Intelligence, a giant head that deems the fate of the Kree. As they walk into the main chambers, Ronan is requesting the Accuser Corps be allowed to pull back from the battle and have them all submit to the Black Vortex. But the Supreme Intelligence refuses this. His decision will stand. Star-Lord tries to butt in, informing Slimer, as he puts it, that this is a big mistake. Hala is engulfed by flames and they need the power of the Black Vortex if they have any hope of winning. But the Supreme Intelligence still refuses, telling them that he has 10 billion minds and he knows of the Black Vortex. They cannot use it. They currently hold the Kree fleet likelihood of survival at 32%, but if they use the Vortex, it will be a abysmal 2%. So enough of this! Leave the Vortex here, and leave the Supreme Intelligence's chambers. Meanwhile, on Spartox, Kitty Pryde, Venom, and their team arrive at the orphanage to try and see what's threatening the orphanage, only to be introduced to their own cosmic-powered being. She explains that she is Gara, the last of the Viscardi, and she is here to destroy the Black Vortex! Now where is it? Back with Star-Lord and Ronan, Star-Lord has an idea. Ronan, would you submit to the Vortex if you had a chance? Ronan gives Peter Quill a stern look. Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna go embarrass myself for a good cause, so just be ready to make your move. He runs back in shouting, I'm gonna be the king of the cosmos, baby! Black Vortex, here I come! And he jumps on it until the accusers escort him out the room, and he shouts, You'll never take me alive, accusers! But while the guards are distracted, Ronan slips back in, and he becomes Ronan of the cosmic powers! Meanwhile, across the galaxy, Thane, Thanos' son, has returned to his flock, his people, to find them all dead. He swears that he will have his revenge on whoever did this. And back on Hala, Gamora, Angel, and Beast are going to town, wrecking the Accuser Corps at every turn. They've stopped caring about the Black Vortex because Beast is about to complete all of his calculations of what is the space-time continuum and how he broke it. That is until Ronan of the Accuser Corps arrives with his new power set. Seeing a potential problem, Beast calls out for them to remove Ronan before he can stop Beast's replica of space-time. Because once he finishes this device, all possibilities will be in the palm of their hands. So Gamora jumps in to battle Ronan, 2 overpowered individuals, except Gamora also has a powered-up angel on her side, and she begins to burn Ronan with the fire of the Black Vortex, until Ronan hits Angel over the head with his hammer. But it's all for nothing, as Beast's device is now complete, and he literally sees the fabric of space and time, and he sees that he broke it when he brought the young X-Men to the future. Horrified by his own actions, he rockets off into space, asking, How did I become such a monster? Seeing Beast leave, Gamora grabs Angel and they chase after him, telling Ronan, this isn't over. Ronan returns to Hala, the savior who kept the enemy away, but the Supreme Intelligence banishes him from the planet for disobeying. So Star-Lord, Captain Marvel, and Jean Grey all go back to the Supreme Intelligence to get the Black Vortex back. but he has no intentions of parting with it. As a matter of fact, they should be more concerned with the fact that the Earthlings have declared war on Hala. The argument begins about who started what, because while their attack on Hala was wrong, they were attacking the Accuser Corps because originally they attacked them. If the Supreme Intelligence would just allow them to take the Black Vortex back, they can handle this. But once again, he refuses, and he tells them that they need to leave Hala at this moment. So, Peter Quill opens fire on the Accuser Corps, because he'll be damned if they're gonna leave without the Vortex. While Star-Lord, Captain Marvel, and Storm are fighting the Corps, Nova makes a break for it, grabbing the Vortex and flying out of the palace. Cue the Indiana Jones music. "I got this," he shouts, smiling as he goes. But as he enters orbit again, he sees the massive ship of Mr. Knife right in front of him. Okay, now cue the sad Indiana Jones music. The ship blasts him hard while the Slaughter-Lords fly in to grab the Vortex. But back on the surface of Hala, Star-Lord shouts out to his team. "You know, it occurs to me now that we should have come up with a better getaway plan." "Really?" Captain Marvel says as she lifts an Accuser off the ground. "What's wrong with this one?" "Oh god, I'm starting to sound like Spider-Man." Then Drax helps with his wit. "We are outnumbered and outpowered. If we get out of this room, we still have an entire planet to escape from. And we are in dire straits." Drax, she knows she was being sarcastic. I do not like sarcastic. It comes down to one move from Jean, and she does something she's never done before. She pushes out a psychic overload, taking out the entire Accuser Corps. Meanwhile, back in space, Nova is trying to catch up to the Slaughter-Lords. Not cool, not cool, not cool! He throws his boosters into overdrive and he finally begins to catch up to the Slaughter-Lords, but just as he's going in to grab the Black Vortex, the Slaughter-Lord stops short and he goes past it, and then he gets shot in the back, knocking off his helmet. Both he and the helmet begin to fall to the ground with Sam panicking. And up in Mr. Knight's starship, it's time for his plan to commence. All hail the mighty Kree Empire. And he begins to open fire on the entire planet! Sam catches his helmet just before he hits the ground, and he looks up to see the shots coming right at him. Oh, come on! Meanwhile, Star-Lord and everyone on the planet have made their way to the docking bay, and they're trying to take off, but there are explosions going off all around them. And Sam is screaming that he's trying to get off the planet ASAP, because the entire planet is breaking apart. Mr. Knife just destroyed the Kree homeworld! Star-Lord is pushing his ship to the limits, trying to pull out of the explosion radius, pushing it with everything! And they do it. Everyone is in shock though. How could this happen? They lost an entire planet! But before they can really even cope with that, they ask, where is Nova and the Black Vortex? Meanwhile, Nova did manage to get away with the Black Vortex. Across the galaxy, Magique warps Rocket Raccoon onto a planet where the cosmic-powered heroes are sitting, Gamora, Beast, and Angel. Rocket walks over to them and asks Gamora if she's even in there any longer. Funny, Rocket. You're freaking me out, Gamora. You never find me funny. That's our thing. So I'm gonna go talk to the big blue furry guy. He walks over and he sees Beast in tears. Hey there, Blue Earther. What the hell is wrong with you? I may have single-handedly destroyed space and time. Huh? Sucks to be you then. But while Rocket is, trying to help, Magique asks Gamora for help. The three of them need to work with the X-Men and the Guardians because this whole Black Vortex thing needs to stop. Then, the entire planet is hit with the force of the exploding Hala. What was that? Rocket asks. Hala. What about it? It's no longer there. It's been wiped out. Gamora turns to Magique. You have our help. We need to see if our friends are even still alive, and then find whoever did this. Meanwhile, Bobby, Cyclops, and Groot are all locked up in Mr. Knife's ship. I am Groot. This is a nightmare. Leave him alone, Bobby. I am Groot. You are annoying. As you can see, it's going very well for them. But back with Nova, once he finally wakes up, he grabs the Black Vortex and he looks into it. He sees the potential that he has. But unlike everyone else, he has a mentor he can look up to, someone who gained ultimate power, and it destroyed him, Richard Rider. So Nova easily turns down the power and he takes the Black Vortex back to Earth while he figures out what he's going to do with it. He tries to call Vision from the Avengers for help, but Vision's a little busy right now. And then, the Collector arrives. He's heard of the boy who got the Black Vortex, and he would like to add these to his collection. Sam throws on his helmet and he races into space trying to avoid the Collectors. He thinks to himself that there is one place where he can probably find some friends, and that's Spartox. They left some people there. So he goes for the planet, and as he grows closer, Gara on the planet's surface with Kitty and them sense his approach, and she takes off into space to meet with him. But Nova is going so fast that he doesn't see where he's going, and he ends up on a ship as it enters Spartox orbit. Thane's ship. And Nova just brought the Black Vortex to Thane, Thanos' son. Seeing the black vortex within his grasp, Thane jumps towards Nova, swinging and pushing the kid down. And then he takes the vortex, and he submits to it. As Star-Lord calls up Nova to alert him that the team isn't on Spartox, Thane stands before him, cosmically powered up. I am no longer Thane, son of Thanos. He is Thanos, father of Thane! I hope you guys are enjoying this story about the Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men, and we will be finishing it next week. This story is massively huge, and that's why we had to break it down this way, but personally, it's one of my favorite stories from pre-All New, All Different Marvel, but the events from this do carry over into All New, All Different Marvel. Hope you guys enjoyed, like I said, and I'll see you next time right here.